Welcome back everyone. Today you're looking at the Beast, a base that I spent so much time building and perfecting is finally here, and I can confidently say that this is hands down my best creation yet. This base is super strong, featuring a very easy and cheap to build bunker which is actually added right away to your starter. The core is spacious, has nice amount of storage, and most importantly there's at least 3 walls of protection from every side and even a pancake layer that actually makes sense. It adds tons of protections from a top-down raid without sacrificing any storage. To add to this, the TC is also protected behind a vending machine bunker, making it a nightmare to raid this base. And now my favorite part about the Beast is this 2-walled open core, which is unique and super cozy. It has tons of storage, respawn points, really cool peeks into the core, a new addition called panic rooms to hide your loot during a raid or just before you log off, or even hidden loot, and so much more, which I'm going to show you in the base tour. So let's go and take a closer look at this beauty. Starting off the tour, we have our disconnectable TCs. There's 2 of them in total. They are really cheap to upkeep and you can disconnect and connect them back together as shown here. I quickly wanted to mention that this base can be fully built using a single TC, which means you don't need to build the externals at all, although I don't recommend having no externals, but there is that option there. Coming into our gatehouse, we have this nice airlock with a window to check for any door campers, and going deeper we have these really nice peaks from which you can kill anyone on the outside or inside of your compound, and they are really helpful for defending a raid, so I suggest placing a bag and some guns here. And as you can see, you will always have 2 turrets defending your gatehouse from either side. The compound itself is spacious. It is protected by 6 turrets and you can fit 4 large furnaces or other items like oil refineries or even farms here. On this side we have another gatehouse and it is identical to the previous one because this compound is completely symmetrical. This is the back of the base. We have a nice breach peak with a turret defending it and a respawn room behind the base, and you can honestly put whatever you like here. As we go through the store, I quickly wanted to mention that I have an awesome Discord community where you can find all of the info on my builds and their launch dates, my rust settings, or just ask for help on your own builds. There's even more cool stuff here, so don't forget to check it out. I showed here, these breach peaks have really nice angles outside the compound, and other feature that I like a lot are these peaks towards your own shooting floor. So in a raid scenario, if raiders would take over the shooting floor, you would have a nice angle on them from here. And I strategically left these corners open so that if anyone would be hiding in your breach peak, you could kill them with a grenade from the shooting floor. The entrance to the base is very similar to the gatehouses. It has nice peaks outside, but the good stuff starts when we jump up here. Here we have a strategic respawn point with a window that has a perfect view on our open core, and when the raiders destroy these beds, this peak opens up nicely and you can kill them from here if the other side is taken over. And here is the open core, or how I call it, the cozy goodness. And this open core is honestly my favorite part about this base. Not only it looks really nice, but also there's everything you'll ever need here, from tons of storage to respawn points, mixing tables, turrets, and much more. Now going towards our core, we have the second peek into our open core. It is the same as previous one, but what I yet didn't show you are these hidden boxes right here, where you can also hide some loot. So yeah, you can really spread your loot apart everywhere before logging off. Now jumping down here, we are greeted by a bunker and a nasty shotgun trap, and this base has a lot of drop downs, so you can actually put a lot of shotgun traps and really slow down the raiders. The bunker can be opened by spawning inside your bag and breaking this twig, and I'll show you how to close it in a second. You can open the TC through the side of this vending machine, and if you're a solo, don't get scared by this upkeep. It is with the breach peaks included, which you will honestly only build when the base is fully finished, so at that point you should have tons of resources left for upkeep and enough guns to get even more stuff like high quality metal for upkeep, and I really think that for all of these features it is a really low upkeep. And of course, if you want to have a lower upkeep of high quality metal, you should upgrade some things to metal because not everything needs to be high qual. And this is a quick demonstration on how to close the bunker. And these are the panic rooms. There's 2 of them, and basically using drop boxes you can put items inside of them, and by spawning in the sleeping bag inside you can put everything in the boxes, basically protecting those items by additional 8 rockets or 15 if you upgrade these panic rooms to high quality metal. Now going up, we have these 2 jump ups to the roof on either side. They're also protected by shotgun traps, and up here we have some nice roof peaks to defend the roof from. And here is the roof. It is protected by 4 turrets. There's tons of space to land a mini here. There is a bunch of super nice angles to defend the base from, and I think it really speaks for itself how good it is. If you want to check out this base in person, there's going to be a builder sanctuary code in the description down below. And now let's see how much this base costs to build. If you like this build, don't forget to subscribe, it really helps me out a ton. And now let's go and learn how to build this beast. We're gonna start a build off by placing this square foundation, and then check if you can place these raised triangle foundations, and they must be raised. Then surround the square with triangles as shown in the video and seal everything in. Make sure to place a wooden wall here because we're gonna be breaking it later and placing a window instead. Now this part is very important, so pay attention. When placing your TC, first place a twig doorway and then line up the TC with the doorway to have this big of a gap between the TC and the doorway. It can be a tiny bit bigger, but don't make it too big because the vending machine bunker will not work. And now all that's left is just filling in the deployables. When placing the boxes, I personally like to place the middle one first and then 2 from the sides. It's just easier that way and looks a bit nicer. You can place a workbench in front of the TC and then 2 bags next to it. And to finish, I highly recommend placing a shotgun trap right here if you have one. It will save you one day. And as you probably noticed, I upgraded the raised foundations to metal as well, and I suggest you do the same as soon as possible because stone foundations can be easily soft-sided. For jumping up, you can simply use a twig triangle roof placed like this. We're going to start phase 2 by breaking this wooden wall with melee weapons and then building the open core peaks with a secret box compartment. Just don't forget to lock these boxes, it is really important. Next step is to expand the entrance. If you already have electrical furnaces, you can fit a battery in this corner and then place the electrical furnaces downstairs. And also, if you already have horizontal metal embrasures, I highly suggest you place them on the windows right here. And if you want even more protection, you can add a window glass as well. Now the next step to make this base stronger in the early phase is to honeycomb it. Just know that if you have placed and upgraded the doorway in front of the TC, after honeycombing you won't be able to upgrade the TC room, so I highly suggest upgrading it before this honeycomb I showed right here. Also, make sure to upgrade the floor above the TC to high qual as well, because this will get honeycombed and you won't be able to reach it. This is going to be our main entrance, so you can keep the foundations upgraded to stone. In this phase we're going to be building the open core, and from now on I'm going to place everything upgraded to the final tier. Just know that you don't have to upgrade everything to the final tier right away, just work your way up as you progress through the game. If you want to build the panic room as shown in the base tour, make sure to place your sleeping bags now, because we're gonna be sealing them in. And same goes for this side as well. Of course, if you're playing solo, just place a single bag instead. Okay, so we have 2 panic rooms. Now let's finish off building the loot rooms. And actually I tried making this base as simple to build as possible. I know it looks kinda complicated, but it really is not. So just follow my steps carefully and you'll be good. Above our panic rooms, we're gonna have the jump ups to our roof, so just don't forget to place a door there. And finally, we can close in the open core and then start placing the deployables. Quickly, I'm going to upgrade everything to its final tier just to show you how it should look, but like I said earlier, you don't have to upgrade everything right away. Now it's about time to build the vending machine bunker, so let's quickly do it. It is really simple, just make sure that the back of the vending machine is facing towards you and then push it as close to the TC as possible. After placing it, make sure to disable broadcasting, and if it says rotate on the side and you cannot open the TC, simply just put an item inside of the vending machine and then you will be able to open the TC. Now we can move the battery to its main location and place a workbench in our open core. Now all that's left is just placing the deployables. Now finally, let's build the panic rooms, and I always like to place the first drop box on the left because it's going to be sticking out the most and act as a little jump up. After placing it, send through another drop box and a large box, then spawn inside the panic room and place another drop box as showed here. Now in this room you can fit 2 boxes, but personally a single large box is plenty storage for me. Now just repeat the same exact steps on the other side and you'll be done. Okay, now to start this phase off, we're gonna build a simple entrance. And it's really simple to build, so just follow my steps and you'll be good. Okay, and when the entrance is done, we can start honeycombing the base even more to make it way stronger. Now in the back of the base, you basically build a fake entrance, which you can use for whatever you want for. I'm gonna place a locker and a couple of bags just to have it as a respawn point. Now continuing with honeycombing, this part depends on your preference. You see, these side walls leads to our panic rooms and loot rooms, and if you want you can totally just honeycomb this to have 2 walls of protection and it doesn't look bad at all. But for my own taste I decided to sacrifice some protection to put wall frames here, as I think it looks a bit better like this. For this part, if you've been using the container skin, make sure to upgrade these walls on both sides back to sheet metal, because otherwise you won't be able to place this floor. Also, other thing I noticed from my last build video, that you guys been having trouble placing this floor because of these door frames. If they're stone, it will also not let you place this floor, and a simple fix for that is to upgrade that frame to metal or any other building skin if you have it. And finally, after placing these square floors, you can skin these walls back to your preferred skin. Now, if you have saved up some high coal that you can spend, I highly suggest upgrading these floors to it. Placing this embrasure on the inside gives you this tiny gap through which you can shoot, and it's pretty OP, so it's completely your preference if you want to place it on the inside or the outside. And unfortunately, you will have to place these embrasures from the outside because you cannot do it from your roof. And that's your base basically finished. Now let's go and build the compound, and at the end of this video I'm gonna show you how to place windmills for this base as well, so just stay tuned. Now to build a compound, we're first going to build the external TCs, so start from the side of the base and place a square foundation followed by a triangle, another square and 2 triangles from the sides. Then demolish these 2 foundations, and this is going to be the gatehouse, which is very similar to the entrance of our base. From here, build out with 3 triangles, 2 squares and 2 triangles on the end, and while looking towards the base, make sure to place 2 half walls, and they must be half walls, otherwise the external TC will not be disconnectable. Place the external TC and make sure to lock it. Now build this 2x support and connect the external TC to the gatehouse. Now do the same exact steps on the other side, and when you're done with that, let's build our breach peaks. If you cannot place this raised triangle foundation, you can use a half wall instead, it will work perfectly fine. Make sure to upgrade these low walls to default stone skin, otherwise you won't be able to place the square floor. When the front is finished, now do the same exact steps on the back, and when you're finished with that, we can move forwards. If you didn't put honeycomb right here, you can place turrets and they have really nice angles from here, but if you did put a honeycomb, you can place turrets right here and they also will work perfectly fine. And Now the last step is just to place the barricades and the walls, which is really simple, so just follow my steps. And this is basically it with the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed the editing of the building part of this video and what I should maybe change in the future. But thank you all so much for watching, and till the next time, peace. Love ya.